Welcome to the Goalbusters Expert Peak Productivity Tips podcast, where top business experts get just 7 minutes to answer 5 rapid-fire questions about what they do and how they stay productive. Each episode is packed with actionable insights to help boost your efficiency and achieve your goals. Let's dive in and unlock the secrets to peak performance. Well, hello everyone. My name is Robin J. Emden, the creator and author of the Get Resultsology system and a dedicated accountability coach. My mission is to empower solopreneurs to unlock their true potential, boost their income, and achieve extraordinary success by maximizing productivity, streamlining their businesses, and aligning their goals with their authentic vision and purpose. If you're ready to turn ambition into action and transform your goals into reality, then you're in exactly the right place. And speaking of being in exactly the right place, I am delighted to say that our guest today is Michael Zipursky. Michael is the CEO of Consulting Success and a leading authority on building successful consulting businesses. Michael has worked in over 75 industries across the globe, advising everyone from solo consultants to major brands like Panasonic, Dow Jones, and the Financial Times. He's the author of best-selling books, including The Elite Consulting Mind, and his insights have been featured in Forbes, Entrepreneur, and many more. When Michael's not helping clients, he's spending time with his wife and daughters, enjoying music or exploring the world. Michael, welcome to Goalbusters.
Robin, thanks for having me. Great to be here.
You're very welcome. Whereabouts in the world that we are talking about exploring are you today?
Today, I'm in Vancouver, Canada.
Oh, very nice. Lovely country, lovely part of the world, I believe.
It is. Well, the sun is shining. It's a beautiful day. So happy to be here right now.
That's excellent. Perfect. All right. Shall we do the questions?
Let's do it.
All right. I'll get the clock up on the screen. And there it goes. Michael, could you tell me, please, who is your ideal client?
Yeah, we work with 6- and 7-figure consulting business founders.
Okay. Short, succinct to the point, punctilious as well. That's perfect. Okay, great. So what is the problem that you solve? And I'm sure you solve more than one problem, I have a feeling about.
Yeah, I mean, generally these founders are very good at what they do, but they're looking to get to the next level. They have deep experience and expertise in their domain, but not necessarily the experience of how to grow and scale their consulting businesses. And so we help them to put systems in place to go from just being a consultant to being a confident consulting business owner.
Excellent. Yeah, confident consultant is exactly what people want to hear. So that's very interesting. So what is one valuable free action that the audience can implement that will help them to do that?
Yeah, a really important one and fundamental to growth of any business is getting very clear and narrowing in on who your ideal client is. Most people, when they hear that, they think, well, I have an ideal client, but they generally don't go as narrow and deep as they can. And we've seen this from people who are running 6-figure businesses, those that are running even multi-7-figure businesses, that very often they're treating everyone that they work with in the same way. Yet the majority of their business or profitability will come from a certain segment of the market. So I highly encourage everyone to really take a good look at your business, to look at the marketplace and not settle for just an average wide view of the marketplace, but instead get really narrow and very clear on who truly is your highest value ideal client. It changes everything.
Yeah, it certainly does. That's very sound advice. Thank you, Michael. That's brilliant. Thank you. So now that we have a better understanding of what you do, let's dive into goal busting, which is focusing on how to maximize productive time to achieve business goals. So could you share any tips or advice for someone looking to improve their productivity habits?
Say no, and say no more often. Now you'll probably push me, Robin, to expand on that. So I will. It's very easy for anyone to fill up their calendar and to feel productive by doing a lot of things. The reality is that not everything is equal. And so it's easy to feel like you are making progress or that you are busy. But essentially what you're just doing is treading water. So it becomes as you become more successful, it becomes even more important to say no to the majority of things so that you leave space and time in your calendar to say yes to only the right things. But even for those that are earlier stage in their business, um, it's critical that you identify and kind of apply the 80-20 principle, right? So what is the 20% of things that can give you 80% of the outcome or value or the result? And unfortunately, all too often people spend 80% of their time doing things that will only give them 20% of the result. So identifying the high value activities, tasks, activities, identifying the low value ones, deciding what to delegate or what to just cut or pause so that you can truly focus, the majority of your time on the things that create the most value, can really make a significant difference for your business.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more. And especially, I love the way that you marry up the saying no with the 80-20 rule, because that really explains it beautifully. You can, absolutely. And it's not just often when you hear people say, oh, say no, they think, oh, say no to what other people are asking you to do. Like, but like, as I call it, other people's agendas, like answering their emails the minute they come in. That's somebody else's agenda. You don't have to answer it straight away. But the reality is, it's also about, as you say, it's very much to do with saying no to doing things that aren't that productive, that aren't that resourceful for you, and not that, perhaps, dare I say, not that profitable for you, because
Yeah, there's a difference between productive and effective, right? You can be
yes,
productive and get a lot done, but if you're getting a lot of the wrong things done, you're not going to be effective and you're not going to get the outcome that you want. So I think a distinction that could be helpful for everybody is to really identify not only what is productive, but what is effective and what truly will help you to reach your goals and to make the ultimate progress that you want in the shortest time possible.
yes, absolutely, completely agree with you. I call it busy doing nothing when you've been busy, 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 but you've actually achieved nothing that's really meaningful towards the bigger picture of what you were supposed to achieve. So yeah, very true. Excellent. Sound advice. I love it. Okay. Finally, Michael, what should I have asked you today that I didn't? And your answer, please.
It's a great question. I think enjoy the journey. Business can be an environment where, as entrepreneurs, we're always focused on results and getting more done. But you can quickly find yourself in a hamster wheel and realize that you've become the worst boss that you've ever had. And so I think, when we advise our clients and we work with them on putting plans in place and help them to really grow their business, a big part of that is not just on revenue and profitability and growth. It's also on making sure that their business and their business model is structured so that their lifestyle is at the apex of the triangle, right? It's what your business should support your lifestyle, not the other way around, where you have to make sacrifices in your lifestyle to support your business. Now, in the early days of business, you will need to likely put in a little bit more grind and a bit more hard work and maybe longer nights or doing things that over time, as you become more established, you won't need to do. But that being said, life is short. Make sure that you're doing things that you enjoy doing, and that again you're creating a business that supports your lifestyle and not the other way around.
Yeah, I always think that's a refreshing that message. Refreshing as in not enough people really appreciate that. I think people, particularly when they're working from home, they are making a lifestyle choice, but then, as you say, they get busy, busy, busy doing things they need to do to get it going, and then they lose sight of the fact that, oh yeah, I was trying to do this to actually enjoy my life. So it becomes it becomes a paradox, doesn't it? And so you have to be reminded of that. That's brilliant. Thank you, Michael. That was and look at that. We did it exactly on time as well. A little waffle from me at the end, but I wanted just to say to you that I completely agree with you, and thank you for sharing that insight with us. So, Michael, I do have one more question, which I think is a really important question, which is two-parter, which is how can people reach you if they want to find out more about you? And speaking of finding out more about you, is there like a valuable free resource that they could, take from your website or something that is a really good way of finding out more about what you do?
Sure. I mean, the home base for everything that we do at Consulting Success is consultingsuccess.com. And we have several free resources for consultants or people that are aspiring to become successful consultants. So head over to consultingsuccess.com for access to all of that. And people are always welcome as well to connect with me on LinkedIn. If you want to include a little note that you're coming from Robin's show, that's always nice to know who is reaching out and the purpose. But yeah, happy to connect there as well.
Oh, excellent. I hope I'm included in that. And also, because I will definitely be connecting with you on LinkedIn. And also, I wanted to say also too, you were talking about earlier about managing your time and saying no. I'm really, really thrilled and happy that you said yes to appearing on the podcast today, because it's been a really interesting conversation. Thank you so much, Michael.
I appreciate you having me. So thank you, Robin.
That's brilliant. Michael Zipursky, thank you for being on here today. And remember, everybody, keep goal busting, make your future self proud. Thanks for tuning in to Goalbusters. If you're enjoying it, please subscribe, rate and review it on your favourite podcast platform. Your support is very much appreciated. And if you're ready to boost your online profits, skyrocket your productivity, crush procrastination, and see a positive change in your bank balance, all within just 30 days, this is your opportunity. Take my free 5-day challenge at www.skyrocketyourproductivitychallenge.com.